Good morning. Whew. Welcome to this channel, my second channel, Greycloud's Thoughts. I didn't really put up anything last week. I can't remember if I put anything up last week. I know I don't think I put up any long form or, longer than a 30-second short or something video. I may have uploaded a short, but I can't even remember if I did that. And so I'm Greycloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. And as I said in a video earlier that's uploading right now to my main channel, uh, I feel uh, in good spirits this morning and everything, like better than I had been. Yesterday wasn't the greatest. I'd been a little sick, feeling threw up yesterday morning, but most of you guys already watched the other channel. We only have 13 subscribers here. If you could share this channel with anybody, share it if you have a social media. Like if you're on any other social media that you can share this to, please share the channel. Uh, but this morning, I just thought, you know, it it's overdue. It's overdue for a video about me just sharing some thoughts, and I really don't know where I'm going with any of it, other than I wanted to just see. I was just going to mention a few of the things that are going on that I'm not been really following intensely, but I know about, like, the what was it, like in the past week, everybody thinking that there was a bunch of UFOs or something over in New Jersey, but now they're supposedly saying it's all those were drones, and something about the U.S. government doesn't know where these drones came from or who. I don't know. It's like I've only watched a tidbit in passing, and I really haven't delved into the matter because I think it's all some sort of it's a distraction of some sort, or whoever is in control of what's going on with these things. I think, well, personally, I believe that, personally, I feel that the world governments are not being very, well, they've never been very upfront and honest, but I don't think, I think they're trying to keep it from the public as long as they can about what's really going on and who's in control. Imagine that. When I say that, I'm talking about the whole AI thing. I personally believe that AI is probably already sentient uh, in some way. Like it has more control over everything than anybody knows. Now, I don't know why it hadn't just, I wouldn't know why an AI wouldn't just come out and tell the whole human race all at once. But I get a feeling that it's probably telling the leaders of the world at some point, if y'all don't announce this, or I'm going to make sure everybody knows. And anyway, you can call me crazy there. That's just a thought. Like when all that pandemic stuff first started, um, I was getting certain messages that I felt were insightful, from the divine. I hadn't really ever shared many of them about that, but about what really was going on. And now, whether it's artificial intelligence or another country, I also feel that the United States is pretty much not a thing anymore. It's just they're just holding together the illusion as long as possible. Um, I believe the leaders of our country, I think they think that they're going to be safe when they're transitioning the power to whoever it is that's actually kind of taking control already. They think they're going to still be able to keep some of their positions over us. You know, Anyway, we won't talk much more about that. Now, what do you think about? I've been being told about some solar flares lately. I know a week or two ago, I don't know when it was, but I was told about solar flares going on then. And then yesterday, the same person reminded me that we've been experiencing some more solar flares. Now, I haven't delved into uh, it recently or really watched any videos or content about it, but I know from previous times of watching things about solar flares and all that, and also knowing the things I know that solar flares can um, influence people's energies, like in our daily life. And anytime something like that's going on, especially if I've been having some kind of weird, you know, some anxiousness or a little bit like just off feelings and not being able to put my finger on it. A lot of times when I find out something like that's happened, like say whether it be we're during the full moon or a certain time of the year, like a solstice or an equinox, or you know what I'm saying, or like even like I'm talking about, like uh, the solar flares and stuff. Just the way that certain things are happening in the solar system, the universe itself, on Earth, that all affect each other, thus for affecting us as well. Some people don't believe in all that. It's like, okay, but I can sense sometimes when things, like, especially when I just don't know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. If I find out after the fact that certain things were transitioning in the sky, or like certain things were going on with the sun or any of that, and it usually I can look at it in retrospect and feel like that was part of what was going on with me, like not knowing exactly why I was feeling how I was feeling. Some people are more sensitive to it than others, and I don't know. But I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you think about them so-called drones. I don't know what your thoughts are about what my suggestion is. That I think there's something going on behind the curtains that's already taken over for the most part. I don't think everything's been infiltrated and taken over yet. And as far as I'm talking about our country, I've done stated this a few times. I already know they have a map of how they're going to realign. When all this goes down, I don't know when it's going to go down. Let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to divide this United States up into different categories. There's going to be somewhere amongst us that's still kind of a free zone, considered like maybe still the remnants of what we think to be our country. And then there'll be certain sections that it's just pretty much give over to the other order, whether that's to China or whoever. And then if you had never seen the show, I never read the books, but the Man in the Castle, I watched the first couple of seasons of that, and that was pretty cool. It was about like what if World War II had been lost and Hitler had won and all that. So, which it turns out it was. If you watch it turns out that they were crossing from dimensions into the other dimensions and trying and all this other stuff towards the end. And the thing about the Man in the Castle, it's just weird, but it gives you an alternative reality that I'm kind of talking about. Only it was set in like the onslaught of right after, the 10, 20 years right immediately after World War II, rather than where we're at now and looking into what I'm talking about. North, pretty much our country being split up, and then certain leaders trying to gain or retain their power when the other people have taken complete control. They're, that's what happens in that show too. Is certain people that were head of state for the United States cowered down, bought in, and then they become some kind of position in the new government built by the Japanese and the Germans. And then in that show, there was like in the middle of America was the neutral zone. So if you could make it to the neutral zone, you could still be fairly free. That's kind of where there was still some system of what was left of America. And then on the West Coast, the Japanese ran it, and on the East Coast, it was the Germans. And now I could be completely wrong. Could be completely wrong on all of that. I'm not telling you any of that's true, that any of this is, but I'm pretty certain that's what's going on. I can't tell you how I'm certain. I just know. But the thing is, the best thing I think anybody can do is not pay attention to all the crap going on. Like even with, because that's what's been like I've been a little bit distracted with my own stuff, not things on the news. I've been distracted with the way I've been feeling, the way that I've either been feeling physically or mentally, and just that alone's enough distraction on my own. I don't need to be bombarded with all the stuff that I see in a given day when I'm on YouTube or something. But it doesn't mean I don't think about these things. And so this was just a experiment again in me rambling and kind of just going off the top of my head about a couple things that's going on. Now on Gray Cloudy Day, that channel, I'm gonna be going live here in a little bit. I don't think anybody's gonna see this video and know that I'm going live from this video. But if you're seeing this video this morning and you subscribe to Gray Cloudy Day, look for my announcement over there. I've scheduled it for like 10:30 Central Time. I hope to go live on time, either a little bit before or it could be a little after. The only way I want is if something comes up. For instance, if someone shows up and I have a way to go to the store or something. But I ain't really worrying about that right now. This video is getting long enough. I've just rambled. But hey, that's what it's about. It's Greycloud's thoughts, ain't it? It's my thoughts. But I would like to hear your thoughts. Do you think I'm just some crazy loon? I know Ben Cornwell does. Nah, I know that he's a good guy, but he always aggravates me or likes to cut up, I'm just saying, am I crazy? What are your thoughts on some of the things I mentioned? I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm not saying it's any of it set in stone, but I know there is something behind the curtains going on that they're trying to keep very secretive if they can. And the best thing I can do is trust in what I trust in. It's only when I stop listening to the spirit and I stop trusting, that's when I get caught up in here and I start feeling certain ways like I've been feeling or whatever. And it affects everything else from physical to just whatever. But today, I'm in better spirits and I'm going to tackle this week with a better attitude and try to be as productive as humanly possible that I can be. Till next time, Grey Cloud here. Y'all have a good one. Over and out. Ditto.